Welcome to another Holistic Living broadcast. This is Yahcna, and today we are going to discuss a few bumps in the road on the path to veganhood. And we're going to also touch on a few stereotypes and misconceptions on what it is to be vegan. And towards the end of the video, I'm going to give you a few tips to help you along the way. So let's get started. I'm doing this video out there for people who are deciding to change their diet and eat better, but they feel like the oddball out. Plus, I know certain people that are ashamed to admit to their family. It's like almost coming out. It's like they don't want to tell their family that they changed their diet, or if you're at a family gathering, you want to kind of play it off a little bit when they ask you why aren't you eating. Right now, I'm dealing with the issue of my son being ashamed of taking vegan products to school. He's like, "Mama, please don't make me take that stuff to school. Just give me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and call it a day." I mean, not that it looks any different, but it's all in his head. And you know, when they get a certain age, they're a little more image conscious. I mean, he's only 9, but you know, they want to make sure that they look normal to their friends. So I'm noticing that a lot of children who have vegan parents or young teenagers, it's almost like being ashamed for eating healthy. And eating healthy should be something that's natural. It should be something that you're proud of. When you embark on this journey, you should take pride that you decide to set yourself apart and set your diet apart and say, you know what, I love my temple. I love feeling good. I don't want to put junk in my body like the sheep are doing. Now, let's briefly discuss just what a vegan is. Many people think when you say, "Oh, I'm a vegan," they think you're being snotty or hoity-toity or all fancy and stuff. And they think, why don't you just say vegetarian? Because there is a difference. A vegan does not eat any eggs or dairy products, and they also don't eat meat. They're a stricter vegetarian. Now, the difference between a vegan and a vegetarian is vegetarians have a more liberal diet where they'll eat some eggs, some cheese, and things like that. But actually, most vegetarians who eat like that, they have a more liberal diet, they're not as vegetarian as they think they are, because there are so many hidden animal products and pork products in today's standard American food that they're getting some meat. They're getting traces of meat in their diet. So either you're vegan or you're not. I personally think it's better to slowly go into veganhood, but you have to do what's best for you, all in your own time. I'm not judging anybody, but I think the evolutionary process is into veganhood if you really, really, really want to avoid meat. Now, we're discussing the stereotypes and misconceptions of veganhood, but let's talk about who your main haters are. You probably already know. It's going to be your family, your friends, your co-workers, your roommates, your lovers. I mean, they're usually your main haters. Why? Because they're usually the ones breaking bread with you, and they're usually your partners in crime when it comes to eating food that does not serve your body. So sometimes relationships can be compromised because they feel like, well, should I invite this person out to eat because they don't want to eat meat like I do? And you know, it's like they can almost alienate you. It's not like always you. They think you're acting funny, but really it's them, because they're not comfortable with that, because maybe subconsciously you're making them feel guilty about what they're eating on their plate, and they don't want to feel like that. They don't want to be reminded, because when they're eating, they don't want to think about being health conscious. They want to eat for the sensation and the taste. So you have to learn how to deal with that and make people feel comfortable, because it really can be an issue sometimes, especially when it comes to a mate, somebody you share a refrigerator with, even your children. If you've been eating meat all this time, you're talking about, okay kids, we're changing our diet up. It's like a slow process. It can almost take years to go into it. But I'm just letting you know, stay on it. Be encouraged, do what's best, because you know it's going to pay off for your body and your lifestyle to have a cleaner diet. Now, speaking about some of your family and friends being haters to your vegan diet, if you sit there and you offer them a cupcake, these are my red velvet cupcakes I just made. Now, if I offer them one of these cupcakes, and I say, "Honey, I made me some red velvet cupcakes," they'll take it and they will tear it up. But if you say, oh, this is a vegan cupcake, they're gonna go, baby, I don't want that. So what I've learned is you have to give it to them first and then tell them what it is later, because it's all in their head. It's a mental process. If they think vegan, they're gonna think healthy, cardboard, natural, bland, arrogant, you know, all those things that will come up in their subconscious, and that's gonna mess with their taste buds, because if you think something is nasty in your mind, it's gonna end up tasting nasty to you. If you expect it to taste good, it's gonna probably taste good. It's all in the head. If you have an idea about something, oh, I don't like this, then it's going to affect how you enjoy it. So I say, let them enjoy it first. It's not about being deceptive. Let them enjoy the food first, and then tell them, oh, that was a vegan cupcake. And then they'll go, oh, you know, they'll take a totally different approach. It's like you will almost kind of shoot down that stereotype. Okay, let's touch on stereotype number 1. Vegan food is bland. Now, we're going to shoot that stereotype down, because if you think about it, when you fry a steak or some pork chops or some chicken, what are you putting on that after you wash it and clean it? You're putting onion powder, salt, garlic, pepper, anything, all kind of different stuff, bell pepper, celery, and those ingredients and those spices are vegan, vegetarian. They're from the earth. They're not from an animal or something that bled or died. Now, if you try to eat that meat raw, like a lion or a bear or a tiger would, it's not going to taste as delicious to you. The texture is not going to be good. You have to cook it down, because our teeth are not made to eat meat. So you have to think about, wait a minute. If I can take this nasty piece of slimy, bloody meat and make it taste good, fry it in a pan, put some butter on it, and do all this good stuff, you have to think about, maybe, just maybe, I could take some vegetable protein and add those vegan spices and make it taste just as good. And you can make it smell good too, because what really makes it smell good most of the time? The onions, the garlic, the bell pepper, different things like that. So we can have those same things as vegans in our diet. We don't have to miss flavor. And if you know how to cook, then you can do it right. I mean, you have some vegans who don't know how to cook. You go to some vegan restaurants that taste like cardboard. But if you know how to cook from the get-go, then you can get you some good vegan food. Because I grew up in a southern home raised by both of my grandmothers. And I knew how to cook pork chops, spaghetti, everything, steak, you name it. I can even cook gumbo. But when I switched over to a vegan diet, all I did was just, I have the same cooking talent. All I did was just transfer those spices onto vegetable proteins and things like that are healthier and organic and better for my body. So I'm not missing out on any flavor. Also, what makes food taste good too is the texture and chewing consistency. That's why many people like meat, and they call it comfort food, because when you chew down on it, it makes you feel good. It's like almost releasing endorphins into your system. Well, if you have products like gluten, which I really don't recommend eating a lot of, then you can make it taste just like meat. It can have that same consistency. If you look at my video on vegan fajitas and just different vegan recipes like that, you'll see that it's the same thing. And when you're doing things like cupcakes and pastries, all you're doing is substituting eggs. When someone says, oh, here's a vegan cupcake, all they're saying is this is a dairy-free cupcake. This cupcake does not have any chemicals or things like that. I mean, it has just the basic things, which is flour, egg replacer, which is basically based on potato flour and tapioca starch. So it's pretty much the same thing. It's going to have the same taste. It's just using better products. All you're doing is substituting what you used to do before, which will be easier on your body. Now, vegan food is expensive. That's another misconception. Actually, organic food in general, such as organic collard greens, organic fruit, it is more expensive, I will admit. And if you buy fancy vegetable proteins like from Whole Foods and different places like that, it can be expensive. But chickpeas and beans and brown rice and millet and things like that, it's going to cost the same price pretty much. And also, you're doing your body a favor if you're not getting the genetically modified ingredients. So the money you spend on steak and all this extra stuff, you can spend that on getting some protein and some veggie protein, excuse me. And you don't have to eat veggie protein every day, because it's not good for you. If you sit up there and eat tofu, tempeh, gluten every day, that's not good. You need to eat more greens. You need to eat more raw foods. But when you're eating protein, just don't splurge on it all the time. Eat it like once or twice a month and you'll save money. It'll be about the same. Vegan food is boring. Now, what makes food boring? If you say, oh, I'm going to eat a chickpea and oatmeal burger. that sounds boring, doesn't it? It also sounds a little hoity-toity and arrogant. But when you say, oh, I'm eating a vegan turkey burger, that sounds a little better to someone. So don't always brag on the ingredients that you're using, because it could be a turnoff to most people who are not yet convinced to go vegan. So it's not boring. It's nothing boring about it. It's decadent. If you eat a cupcake, it's just as moist and delicious. If you eat some of the vegan proteins, they chomp down just the same as meat. So there's nothing boring about it, especially if you have your seasonings right, you have your measurements right. And if you're a natural cook, like I said again, it's going to taste right. And there'll be nothing boring about it, especially if you have some good music, a good atmosphere, and you have good company to sit with you at the table. It won't be so boring. Now, there are many misconceptions about vegan food and veganism, but I'm going to touch on one more today. Vegan food is for health nuts only. Now, you have to have knowledge and realize that in the days of Enoch and early in time, we were eating mostly fruits, nuts, and vegetables. Our body was not made to process meat like a lion or something like that. Our teeth are made different. The enzymes, the alkaline in our saliva is made different. So eating healthy was like the order of the day back in ancient times. But now in our society, they market taste, texture, and appearance. And they know that we'll be suckers for that. We don't eat to live anymore. It's like we live to eat. And so we're so addicted just to the sensation of eating and overeating that we forget that food is actually fuel for our bodies, and we really don't need to overeat or overdo certain things. So natural nuts and vegetables and things like that are the most compatible things to put into our body. So it's not just for health nuts. Health should be a goal for everyone. Health should be your birthright. If you believe that you're made in the image of your creator, then you want to feel and look like your creator. You don't want to feel like a pig, and you are what you eat. Sadly to say, but I've had many family members to pass away due to cancer, diabetes, heart disease, stroke, and all kind of different things that they really did not have to die from. But due to lack of knowledge to the standard American diet and what you can do to eat better, they lost their lives. And I see their children and offspring making the same mistakes. They're eating, but they put their food in the microwave and then they don't even cover it. They eat extra canned goods every day. Everything is processed. Hamburger help with this, cheeseburger help with that, McDonald's, all kind of different things like that. And they eat it too much. It's like they don't even care about eating organic vegetables and fruits. As long as it's canned, as long as it's frozen, let's just throw it in there. We ate our vegetables, it's good. And they don't realize when you're eating these things and you're overcooking them, you're cooking all of the nutrients out of it. And they don't realize the detriments of meat and dairy and those things like that. So we will discuss that next.